pop, pop. That's what's up. Let's go.
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the number one most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Today is Wednesday, August 28, 2019. And what's crazy is today is the very first and very last time it'll ever be Wednesday, August 28, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. You ready? Are you ready? Let's make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Man, I just got back yesterday morning. I actually landed at like 11:30 yesterday morning. We left Phoenix at midnight and landed in Lexington, Kentucky at like 11 o'clock. Man, it took us 8 hours. It was a long morning with very little sleep, but we had a absolutely awesome episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind delivered to you straight from the Chicago airport. If you missed it yesterday, we had a little bit of fun. I watched it back. I was clearly a little delirious and a little sleep deprived, but we had a good time nonetheless. But I am now back in Lexington, Kentucky, where I love, with my family. I got to see my boys last night. I got to see my boy playing some football. I got to see my girls last night. We cuddled up and we snuggled. I held hands with my 9-year-old for like 45 minutes. It was crazy, man. I missed those kiddos, but I am back, man. It was an awesome trip. It was an awesome trip filled with speaking opportunities. I got to speak with the Chris Collins Group and organization. That was awesome. Going out there and doing that. It was a trip filled with visits with great friends and inspiring humans from around the United States. I also got to go visit one of the 7 wonders of the world with my man Brandon, and we actually went out on this crazy ledge, which was way out there, and it got the heart rate pumping, and it got the blood flowing, and it got the mind expanding, and all of those incredible things that happen when you go out and in awe, right? When you go to these places that just put you absolutely in awe. And so I got to spend some time doing that. I got to meet up with some people that are on mission, like my boy Jabbar Nichols right here, who is just doing phenomenal things in Flagstaff, Arizona, who has managed to turn his love and passion for cutting hair. He's been able to turn his love and passion for cutting hair into a full-blown ministry. He now has a barbershop college. He's getting ready to open an arcade. That's right, an old-school arcade / ice cream shop right next to his barbershop. How about that? How about that? Not only is he educating kids, getting them off the streets, showing them the right way to hustle, because he's done it the wrong way. Who better to show you the right way than somebody who's done it the right way? He's showing kids the right way to hustle, and he's putting together an ice cream shop and an arcade so they have a place to go afterwards. So while I was there, like they say, you can't hang out in a barbershop too long. Or Denzel Washington says, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you're going to get a haircut. And so I got this sweet haircut from my man Jabbar out there in Flagstaff, Arizona. I mean, look at that, dude. Look at those lines. I mean, homeboy don't play, for real. Likes hearts if you think the fade is on fleek. Is that what the kids say? There'll be a like or a heart if you think the fade is on fleek. Wow. I can't even believe that just came out of my mouth. So it was an exciting trip. All kinds of things were explored. All kinds of ideas are being pursued. It was super cool. But there's no place like home, baby. There is no place like home. I love my Rise and Grind studio. I absolutely love my studio. I love my Raiders chair. I love my We Rise. I love the Rise, Evolve, Impact Together that Derek McClain got me right here. It's kind of hard to point, but there it is. I love that. I love my flag, my Rise and Grind flag, my Rise and Grind cross. I love all my stuff, man. It's just nice to be home. It was nice to sleep in my own bed last night. With that said, we're back. I'm back. You're back. We are here. And now we got work to do, right? We've got work to do. My wife asked me today, she's like, are you going to take today off after all this travel? I'm like, no. No, not only am I not taking today off, we're going overtime today. I've got work to do. I've got ideas to explore. I've got passions to fulfill and to chase. There's people's lives. There's people's lives at stake. I feel this heavy responsibility to reach as many people, to change the way that they start their day, to be able to impact their lives, spread my wisdom, my knowledge, these gifts that God has given me. I feel a heavy responsibility to get out there, to grind harder than ever right now, to push harder than ever right now in this season as we continue to blow this thing up. What's up, Kim Wilson? It's great to see you. How you doing, Mr. Carter Myers? It's great to see you in here this morning. So I've got some great things coming up. I've got Internet Battle Plan coming up. I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to be speaking with an incredible lineup. I mean, all of my peeps are going to be there. It's going to be incredible. If you're in the Atlanta area or have the opportunity to cruise out that way, you might want to check that out, man. Lisa's speaking there. Frank's going to be there. Dan Moore's going to be there. Elise Kephardt's going to be there. The list just goes on and on and on of all the incredible people that are going to be at Internet Battle Plan. So I've got that coming up. I'm also going to be speaking for the Kentucky Housing Authority. I get to speak to some people and hopefully inspire them with my story and share with them that no matter how low you get, we can always climb back up to the top. So I'll be speaking there here in the next week. So I've got a couple speaking opportunities, and then I'm really excited about the first ever, what I am calling 800% Club Workshop. The 800% Club Workshop, which is going to be going on right here in Lexington, Kentucky. First time ever I've done an event like this here in Lexington, September 17th and 18th, where I'm going to be pouring into dealership owners, general managers, sales managers, and GSMs, and sharing how we were able to grow 800% over 5 years. It's going to be a 2-day workshop, 6 75-minute sessions in depth, plus 6 45-minute Q&A sessions in depth. So if your dealership, or you run a dealership, or you're a leader in a dealership and you feel like you guys could use the tricks, the tips, and the strategies that we use to be able to grow our dealership 30% year over year, then shoot me a message and I will get you details on what that looks like. So Internet Battle Plan's coming up. We've got the 800% Club coming up. We've got the Speaking with Kentucky Housing coming up. We've got all kinds of crazy things going on with Rise and Grind that I can't even tell you about right now coming up. So no, I can't take today off. Yes, I hit 8 cities in the last 5 days. Of course I get tired. Of course the sleep schedule's off. Of course I didn't get any sleep yesterday. But you know what? I got work to do. Don't you? Listen, for those of you that know, no, that's not hard enough. Wait, let me think. No. Terry would like that one, but no, not for it. Here we go. There we go. This is it. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if I can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. And sometimes all we need to change the way people start their day is to hit that share button. That's right. It's also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you are watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Let's dance, baby. What's up, Cindy? How you doing, John Caltonborn? What's up, Raymond Colt? My man Jeremy Noling and CC Eberly. Josh. Carolyn Carter's in the house. Heather Spurlock Venters. What's up, Jeremy George? Vicky Everett, Whitney Wells. Like I said earlier, my man Carter Myers is up in here, and Liza Myers Borges. What's up, Tim Duff? How you doing, David W. and Janelle Griego? Kristen Hawk Tibbs, it's great to see you this morning. You look fabulous in your picture, young lady. What's up, Susan Rose? How you doing, Brad Smith and Terry LaPierre? Jennifer Jaskell's in the house. Beth Lucchese and Tony Thorstad. What's up, Julie Lentini? How you doing, Michael Spurlock Vinters? My man Scott Simons is up in the house. I love how Josh O calls me his quantum brother. I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, I do have work to do. I do have a lot of work to do, man. I'm building a company, right, Rick? Rick Tamperino's in here. He knows what's up. Gail Becraft. Eric Payne. My man Eric Payne up in here, dude. What are you doing up early, Eric? That's what I'm talking about. Eric is an incredible entrepreneur. He's built a multi-million-dollar business from scratch. He's built multi-million dollars of wealth for himself from scratch. And usually homeboy's like on a beach somewhere sleeping till about noon. He's more of a late grinder. Great to see you this morning. What's up, Eric Willowroy? So I have a lot of work to do. No doubt. No doubt about it. And you've got a lot of work to do. I know you do. But with that said, sometimes as we're jumping into projects, we're jumping from city to city, we're speaking on different stages, we're doing all of these different things, we're pushing, because I do feel this heavy responsibility, right? Sometimes the message, overall message, can get a little convoluted. You ever notice that? Like when you're just doing so much, you're pushing so much, you're grinding, right? Terrell Lake knows what that means. Nathaniel Banks knows what that means. You're just grinding, you're grinding. Sometimes the overall message can get a little twisted, or the overall message can get a little lost. Right, Jeff Baker? And so I want to share an experience with you guys. I want to share something that my wife sent me, okay? My wife sent me this, and her and I had a conversation, and I want to clarify some things with you first thing this morning. So make sure, follow along with me. I'm going to go ahead and read this word for word because I want to make sure to capture it appropriately, and then I'm going to dive in, okay? Check this out. So here's what my wife sent me. It says, what if all I want is a mediocre life? What if all I want is a small, slow, simple life? What if I am most happy in the space of in between where calm lives? What if I am mediocre and choose to be at peace with that? The world is such a noisy place. Loud, haranguing voices lecturing me to hustle, to improve, build, strive, yearn, acquire, compete, and grasp for more, for bigger and better, sacrifice sleep for productivity, strive for excellence, go big or go home, have a huge impact in the world, make your life count. But what if I just don't have it in me? What if all the striving for excellence leaves me sad, worn out, depleted, drained of joy? Am I simply not enough? What if I never really amount to anything when I grow up beyond mom and sister and wife, but these people in my primary circle of impact know they are loved and I would choose them again given the choice? Can this be enough? What if I never really amount to anything when I grow up beyond... What if I never build an orphanage in Africa but send bags of groceries to people here and there and support a couple of kids through sponsorship? What if I just offer the small gifts I have to the world and let that be enough? What if I don't want to write a cookbook or build a six-figure business or speak before thousands, but I write because I have something to say and I invest in a small community of women I care about and encourage them to love and care for themselves as well? Because bigger isn't always better, and the individual matters. She is enough. What if I just accept this mediocre body of mine that is neither big nor small, just in between, and I embrace that I have no desire to work for rock hard abs or 18% body fat, and I make peace with it and decide that when I lie on my deathbed, I will never regret having just been me? Take me or leave me. What if I am a mediocre home manager who rarely dusts and mostly maintains order and makes real food but sometimes buys pizza, and who is horrified in moments by the utter mess in some areas of her home, who loves to menu plan and budget but then breaks down her own rules and pushes back against rigidity, who doesn't care about decorating and fancy things, whose home is humble but safe? Sorry, I just realized you guys can't see that. Oh, hold on. Sorry. There we go. What if I am not cut off? What if I am not cut out for the frantic pace of this society and can't even begin to keep up? And see so many others with what appears to be boundless energy and stamina, but know that I need tons of solitude and calm, an abundance of rest, and swaths of unscheduled time in order to be healthy, body, spirit, soul, healthy. Am I enough? What if I'm too religious for some and not spiritual enough for others? Non-evangelistic, not bold enough, yet willing to share in quiet ways. In genuine relationship, my deeply rooted faith and my doubts and insecurities. This will have to be enough. And if I have been married 21 years and I love my husband more today than yesterday, but have never had a fairy tale romance and break the experts' marriage rules about doing a ton of activities together and having a bunch in common, and we don't, and we like time apart and time together, is our marriage good enough? What if I am a mom who delights in her kids but needs time for herself and sometimes just wants to be first and doesn't like to play but who hugs and affirms and supports her kids in their passions? A mediocre mom who can never live up to her own expectations of good enough, let alone yours. What if I embrace my limitations and stop railing against them, make peace with who I am, and I need and honor your right to do the same? Accept that all I want is a small, slow, simple life, a mediocre life, a beautiful, quiet, gentle life. I think that it is enough. So my wife sent me this message and she said, Glenn, I don't know if sometimes our visions align. She said, I don't know if sometimes maybe I can't support what you do because we have a difference in what we were built for and what we were made for. And as my wife shared this with me, I looked her in the eyes yesterday and I said, honey, there's something that I need you to understand. You and I have the exact same mission. Nothing is different. Nothing is different at all. When you look at what was wrote in that article, when you look at that, it's the same thing I've been trying to teach you. It's the exact same lesson. You see, the lesson is I want you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. We're all uniquely made. We all have different seeds that are planted inside of us, different visions of what pure joy looks like. We all have different missions. We all have different callings. We're called to impact lives in different ways. You see, if God wanted you to be someone else, he wouldn't have made you. He made us all uniquely, with our own thoughts, our own dreams, our own passions, our own desires. For me, it's to reach the world. I feel a responsibility. I have the ability to reach the world, and I feel the responsibility to reach the world. I want to touch every shoulder. I want to shake every hand. I want to inspire every soul. That's my mission. My wife's mission, however, is more grounded in home. She wants to pour into the individuals, our local friends. She wants to pour into those that we have physical contact with. She wants to pour into our children, and she's making a massive impact in their lives, which will have a ripple effect on this planet. No doubt. My son, 7 years old, last night in bed with his brother, reading him books, sharing his new football. My daughter, Savannah, carrying around her sisters. We've created this life at home, this lifestyle that is quiet. In the midst of the storms and the chaos, ultimately it's quiet. We're about to move into this home that's got 10 acres of land. We've got a pond in the back where the kids are going to fish and they're going to be able to run in the fields and explore their imagination. I'm not slapping them on the wrist and telling them to wake up at 3:50 in the morning. I'm not telling them that they have to go out and they have to have a show and they have to speak on stages and they have to travel the world, because that may not be the seed that God planted for them. And so this morning, I want to make sure That no matter what we're doing with Rise and Grind, no matter how hard we're pushing, no matter how high we're reaching, no matter what goals we're setting, I want to make sure that you don't ever stray from the message. The message is simple and the message is clear. I believe that you were called to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Maybe that means being the best grandma. Maybe that means being the best stay-at-home mom. Maybe that means being the absolute best custodian in the school. Maybe that means being the best teacher at $45,000 a year. Maybe that means being the best salesman. Maybe you need to sell cars the rest of your life. And maybe you need to be the best 35 car a month salesman on the planet. Maybe that means you're humanitarian. Maybe that means you're the best in your church at serving others. I just want you to be the best at what you do. Don't get the message twisted.
Would you do the world a favor and be you? Because everybody else is already taken. Do the world a favor and be you. The world needs you, or God wouldn't have made you. If God wanted me to be somebody else, I wouldn't be here. I would be them. Stop trying to be somebody else. Stop letting the culture define what's beautiful. God says you're beautiful. Have you listened to God's voice in Psalms 139, 13, and 14? That when you were in your mother's womb, you were wonderfully and fearfully made? Have you looked in the mirror and said, I'm wonderfully and fearfully made because God says? Or have you looked at TV images? Have you looked at magazine covers and said, oh, I'm ugly because I don't look like them? And God is going, precious child, you are beautiful to me.
Too many people go around feeling wrong on the inside. They don't really like who they are. They focus on their faults, weaknesses. They're constantly critical toward themselves. That recording of everything they've done wrong is always playing in their mind. You're impatient. You blew your diet yesterday. You lost your temper. You're still struggling with that addiction. You should be ashamed of yourself. They wonder why they're not happy. It's because they have this war going on the inside. You're not supposed to go through life feeling wrong about yourself. Quit focusing on your faults. Quit overanalyzing your weaknesses. Quit beating yourself up because you're not where you thought you would be. Here's the key. You're not a finished product. God is still working on you. The scripture says God changes us from glory to glory. You have to learn to enjoy the glory that you're in right now. You may have some weaknesses. We all do. There may be some areas where you know you need to improve, but being down on yourself is not going to help you do better. Having that nagging feeling, telling you you don't measure up, God's not pleased with you, you'll never get it right, it's not going to help you move forward. You have to accept yourself right where you are, faults and all. God is the potter, we are the clay. He's the one making you and molding you. It may not be happening as fast as you would like, but you don't control the timetable. Will you trust Him in the process? Will you accept yourself in the glory that you're in right now? Don't go around being against yourself. You may have some things wrong with you, but can I tell you, you have a lot more right with you. You may have a long way to go, but if you look back, you'll see how far you've already come. Keep your flaws in perspective. Every person has something they're dealing with. When you are for yourself, you are in agreement with God. And some people have never once said, I like myself. I like my gifts. I like my personality. I like my looks. I'm happy with who God made me to be. If you don't like yourself in a healthy way, other people are not going to like you. You project what you believe on the inside. If you feel wrong about yourself, you project inferiority, unfriendliness, discontentment. I'm asking you to feel good about who you are. You may not be where you want to be, but you're on the way. God is changing you from glory to glory. Start enjoying the glory that you're in right now. You may have some weaknesses. We all do. Don't you dare go through life against yourself. God is saying today, you are my beloved son, my beloved daughter, in whom I am well pleased. Now do your part. Start putting on the breastplate of God's approval each morning. If you'll do this, I believe and declare every chain that's holding you back is being broken. God is going to keep making you and molding you. You're going to come up higher, overcome those obstacles, and become everything He's created you to be.
So this morning, I just want to make sure you don't get it twisted. Glenn Lundy, this guy that you see right here, I'm out to change the world. I'm out to change the world, man. We're going to blow up. We're going to keep going bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I want the #1 most watched morning show in the world. I want to impact millions and millions and millions and millions of lives. I want to shake the hands. I want the stages. I want to grind. I want to get up at 3:50 every morning. I want to sleep 4 hours and 20 minutes a night. That's me. That's what I want to do for me. That's how I get to be the best version of me. What are you doing to make sure that you're the best version of you that you can possibly be? That's the message. I'm so excited to be back here in the studio. Again, we are looking to fill a few more seats. If you are a part of a dealership, you guys need to move to the next level. Shoot me a message. You're going to want to be a part of the workshop that we've got going on September 17th and 18th here in Lexington, Kentucky. Don't forget about that. But most importantly, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. It's right here. If you need more videos, go to glennlundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, my wife's got everything back up online. Whatever's left from inventory after the Grow Your Business for God's Sake event is now back online. You can get it at glennlundy.com. And of course, I want you to come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again. But before I let you go, don't forget that you, my friend, my beautiful friend Josh O, which I love your social media lately. I love all the pictures. I love seeing your wife. I love seeing your family. I love seeing you traveling and exploring your mind. What's up, Melissa Burrow? How are you? It's great to see you as well. Your book is rocking it, girl. I'm so proud of you. But listen, Melissa, Josh O, Jennifer Jaskell, Paige, Kurt Singer, Jeff Baker, Douglas Chitrin, I want you to know that you, my friend, are a child of God. You are. You are. I know that sometimes we can all struggle with our spirituality. We can all struggle understanding that side of ourselves. And you won't ever see me get into religion on this show. You won't ever see me get into that because I understand the conflicts that man has created through religion. But I do want you to know that you're a child of God, the God of the universe, the one who made everything. He made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not a below average version, not a little bit above, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And I know you're starting to make good decisions. I know you're moving in the right direction. And I want you to know that all those little moves that you're making, they're making an impact. They're making an impact in your friends' lives, your family members' lives, and you've made a massive impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely stinking love you. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. Get out there and have an incredible day today. Be the absolute version of yourself that you can possibly be, Emily. Emily Goffler, go out there and get him. Sarah Ball, go out there and get him, girl. Come on, Rick and Kim Wilson. I need you to rock it. Go out there, have an incredible day. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. on #Rise and Grind.